Hello, Dodgers fans. Today, we are diving deep into the latest developments surrounding one of the most intriguing young players in the Los Angeles Dodgers organization and what the team might be planning as they navigate this offseason. There's been a lot of conversation around Dalton Rushing and his potential role moving forward, and if you've been following the news, you know that the Dodgers are in a very interesting position right now. With free agency heating up and trade possibilities being explored, figuring out where a player like Rushing fits into the lineup is crucial. The comparisons being made recently between Dalton Rushing and Ben Rice, a young talent from the Yankees, have sparked a lot of debate, and there's a lot to unpack here. Ben Rice, as many of you know, entered the major leagues with some uncertainty about his role. In his rookie season, he didn't get consistent playing time and was often behind more established players. That lack of opportunity initially made it hard to assess his full potential. However, the Yankees made a decision that changed everything for Rice. They committed to getting him into the lineup regularly, no matter the circumstances. By cycling him through multiple positions, catcher, first base, designated hitter, they were able to maximize his appearances and allow him to develop on the field. The result was a breakout season where he played in over 130 games, putting up impressive offensive numbers, including a high batting average, multiple home runs, and recognition for his slugging ability. The key factor in his success was not just raw talent, but consistent playing time and the flexibility to be used in multiple roles. This is exactly the blueprint that the Dodgers could follow with Dalton Rushing. Rushing had a more uneven path in the major leagues, dealing with injuries and limited playing opportunities, which kept it from showcasing the kind of offensive production he is capable of. In AAA, where he was getting more consistent starts, he was able to demonstrate much higher batting averages and more impactful performance. The contrast between what Rushing accomplished at the minor league level versus the major league level highlights just how critical regular plate appearances are for his development. By giving him a role similar to what Ben Rice had with the Yankees, the Dodgers can unlock his potential both defensively and offensively, while also providing strategic flexibility for the team as a whole. The Dodgers roster has certain constraints, especially when it comes to positions like first base and catcher. Freddie Freeman, while still productive, is not able to play every game due to age and minor injuries over recent seasons. Shohei Ohtani is likely to remain the primary designated hitter, but there are scenarios throughout a long season where having Rushing available at first as a catcher or even as a DH in spot duty could prove invaluable. Will Smith remains the main catcher, but having Rushing as a backup provides insurance while also opening doors for roster flexibility. By leveraging Rushing in a utility role similar to past strategies with players like Chris Taylor or Kihei Hernandez, the Dodgers could preserve opportunities to invest in other areas of need, such as strengthening the outfield or exploring additional big-name acquisitions in free agency. What makes this approach even more compelling is the financial and strategic flexibility it affords the team. If Rushing is given a consistent utility role, he is not just a bench player filling in sporadically. He becomes a key piece in balancing the roster while also ensuring the team can manage its payroll efficiently. This is especially important when considering the pursuit of high-caliber outfielders, where the Dodgers may need to allocate significant resources. Having Rushing slot into a third of the games, or even a quarter of the games, allows the Dodgers to experiment with different configurations, maintain depth across positions, and mitigate the risk of relying too heavily on older veterans or single-position players. Looking back at Rushing's performance last season, it's clear that injuries limited his opportunities, but when he did play, he showed flashes of potential that are worth building on. The difference in batting average between his time in AAA and his MLB appearances underscores the value of regular playing time. In AAA, he had a batting average over .310, showing that consistent starts directly impacted his offensive output. Translating that kind of performance to the major league level requires careful planning from the Dodgers front office. It is not just about giving Rushing more at-bats. It is about strategically positioning him where he can contribute while also allowing the team to allocate resources efficiently elsewhere. As we consider the roster and depth chart, Rushing has multiple avenues to contribute. While primarily listed as an outfielder on the depth chart, he has experience at first base and catcher, which creates opportunities for him to fill in wherever necessary. With players like Max on the roster potentially nearing the end of their careers and openings at third base, the Dodgers can explore innovative ways to integrate Rushing into the lineup. This also positions him as a potential centerpiece for strategic moves, whether that means enhancing his role internally or, if needed, leveraging him in trade discussions. At only 25 years old, Dalton Rushing has a lot to learn, but also a lot of time to grow. The more games he gets early in his career, the faster he adapts to the pace of Major League Baseball, and the quicker he develops into a versatile and reliable contributor. Even if he never becomes an everyday catcher or first baseman, his value as a utility player capable of impacting multiple positions could be a game-changer for the Dodgers. By unlocking Rushing's potential over the next few years, the team could not only enhance his individual development, but also strengthen the roster for a sustained championship run. With trade rumors and free agency news constantly circulating, it is easy for players like Rushing to get overshadowed. However, the internal resources within the Dodgers organization, including talent already on the roster, could be just as impactful as any outside acquisition. Ensuring that Dalton Rushing receives the proper role and development opportunities may very well be one of the keys to maximizing the team's success moving forward. The Dodgers are at a point where roster flexibility is not just a luxury, but a necessity. Having a player like Rushing who can handle multiple positions allows the front office to plan with precision, ensuring that they can pursue other priorities in free agency without overextending the payroll. Rushing's versatility is what makes him such an intriguing piece. He isn't confined to a single spot on the field, and that opens doors for creative solutions in both game planning and long-term roster construction. One of the fascinating aspects of comparing Rushing to Ben Rice is the way that consistent exposure can elevate a player's confidence and performance. In Rice's case, the Yankees didn't just slot him in arbitrarily. They intentionally found ways to keep him active, mixing positions to ensure he was on the field as often as possible. The result was not only improved statistics, but also a more mature understanding of the game at a high level. For Rushing, the Dodgers have the chance to replicate this approach, giving him structured opportunities to excel while also monitoring his workload to prevent injuries. By rotating him between first base, catcher, and even designated hitter appearances, the Dodgers could potentially see Rushing reach a level of consistency and productivity that he has yet to display in the major leagues. It's also worth noting that a player like Rushing contributes more than just on-field production. Having a young, versatile player who can step into multiple roles provides a layer of insurance against the inevitable challenges of a long season. Injuries, slumps, and unexpected roster gaps are part of baseball, and Rushing's ability to step into a variety of positions ensures that the Dodgers can maintain competitiveness without constantly scrambling for solutions. This dual benefit, both developmental and strategic, is exactly why investing in his growth now makes so much sense. It is about preparing him for a future where he is a key contributor while simultaneously using his flexibility to enhance the team's overall depth. Looking at the Dodgers' lineup and roster composition, there are several spots where Rushing could realistically see regular action. At first base, he can relieve veterans like Freeman, providing rest without sacrificing production. Behind the plate, he serves as a capable backup to Will Smith, offering security and giving the team options in case of injury or matchup-based decisions. As a designated hitter, he can fill in when Ohtani is unavailable or needs rest, ensuring that the lineup remains strong. The versatility he brings is not hypothetical. It is tangible, measurable, and has been proven to work with other teams when implemented thoughtfully. The long-term vision for Rushing is equally compelling. At 25, he is entering the prime years for a player of his caliber. By integrating him into the lineup more frequently, the Dodgers are accelerating his development and preparing him to be a cornerstone for the next phase of the team's success. This approach mirrors modern strategies in Major League Baseball, where development, flexibility, and calculated exposure are prioritized over simply waiting for a player to earn a role. Rushing doesn't need to dominate every day to be valuable. He needs the chance to play in meaningful situations consistently, and the Dodgers are in the perfect position to provide that. Beyond the individual growth of Rushing, there is also a broader strategic advantage to his utilization. Free agency and trade markets are unpredictable, and every team faces budget constraints and positional gaps. By having Rushing serve as a multi-role player, the Dodgers can allocate resources to other pressing needs, whether that means pursuing an outfielder to bolster defense and power or addressing pitching depth to support the bullpen. Essentially, Rushing becomes a key piece of roster management, allowing the Dodgers to balance financial prudence with competitive ambition. It is a chess move, positioning the team to react to external market forces while maintaining internal strength. When evaluating his performance trends, Rushing's time in AAA illustrates what consistent exposure can achieve. In a more structured setting with daily starts, his batting average soared, and he demonstrated an ability to adjust to pitchers and game situations in ways that weren't possible with sporadic major league appearances. Translating this experience to the Dodgers roster means not just replicating those numbers, but developing the mental and physical consistency necessary to succeed over a full season. The team's coaching staff will play a critical role here, ensuring that Rushing is challenged appropriately while also receiving the guidance needed to maintain a high level of performance. Another layer to consider is the psychological impact of consistent opportunity. Young players often respond strongly when they feel trusted and invested in. Ben Rice's example with the Yankees shows that consistent playing time, coupled with positional flexibility, fosters confidence and resilience. Rushing's path could follow a similar trajectory, where increased responsibility and visibility translate directly into better performance and a more defined role within the team. The Dodgers can cultivate this growth by intentionally designing his schedule, balancing the need for game action with rest, and providing varied experiences across positions. Rushing's development timeline is aligned perfectly with the team's goals. By 2033, many of the current veterans will be nearing the end of their careers or have already retired, and integrating Rushing now allows the Dodgers to seamlessly transition into the next era. Every game he plays, every at-bat he takes, and every inning he fields contributes not only to his growth, but also to the team's readiness for sustained championship contention. This is not just player development. It is future-proofing the roster in a way that maximizes flexibility, minimizes risk, and ensures that the Dodgers remain a powerhouse in the National League for years to come. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. In what is already sending shockwave through the baseball world, whispers have turned into full-blown speculation. Bichette, the electrifying shortstop known for his bat speed and fearless play, is reportedly set to join the Los Angeles Dodgers. While nothing has been officially confirmed, sources close to the matter hint that the move could be imminent, and the MLB universe is buzzing like never before. Bichette, who has dazzled fans with his offensive prowess and highlight reel plays, has long been linked to several high-profile franchises, but the Dodgers have apparently emerged as the frontrunner. The mere thought of him donning Dodger blue has sparked heated debates across social media and sports talk shows, with analysts dissecting what this could mean for the team's infield dynamics and lineup strategy. Imagine the synergy with the Dodgers' existing stars. If the rumors are true, this could be the start of a new era of dominance in the National League. Inside sources suggest negotiations have been intense but amicable, with both sides reportedly eager to make the deal happen. Fans are speculating on the potential contract terms, with whispers of a multi-year agreement that could shake up free agency trends for years to come. For the Dodgers, acquiring Bichette might not just be about raw talent. It's about sending a statement to the league, signaling an all-in approach for the upcoming seasons. Baseball insiders are also buzzing about the ripple effect this move could have. Other teams might accelerate their own trade talks or reconfigure their rosters in response, trying to keep pace with the Dodgers' newfound firepower. Social media platforms are flooded with reaction clips, fan polls, and bold predictions about how Bichette could change the Dodgers' fortunes overnight. Even casual followers of MLB are suddenly hooked, debating batting averages, defensive metrics, and whether this rumored signing could tilt playoff odds dramatically. For now, the league holds its breath. Whether this is a carefully orchestrated plan or an electrifying rumor spiraling out of control, one thing is certain. The name Bichette is dominating headlines, igniting conversations from dugouts to living rooms across the country. If the Dodgers manage to pull this off, baseball history might just remember this as the moment the MLB landscape shifted forever. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.